You're talking about the styles of both fighters. When I've watched you, I see a guy that could be a high class, intelligent pressure fighter, a guy that's putting that pressure on, but with athleticism. Am I right about that, or am I missing some things about Gary Antuanne Russell in that assessment?
Oh, you definitely were right from that perspective, but there's more to me. I tend to keep things simple, and a lot of times it's based off of my opponent. I look at it as you only gonna bring out your tool bag, what you need for the job. If you need a hammer, you're gonna use your hammers. If you need a drill, you're gonna use your drill. If you need a screwdriver or a flathead, you're gonna use a screwdriver or a flathead. You're not just gonna bring a hammer just because you got it, or a drill just because you got it in your bag and you don't really need it. You just got it sitting on the side, just showing everybody that you got tools, extra tools. At that point, you're just showing off for the fans. In other words, doing all these moves, extravagant moves, oohs and ahs, but the oohs and ahs don't get you points and don't win you the fights. Hitting your man, dominating the fight, being aggressive, not getting hit as much, landing the cleaner shots. Those are the things that win you the fight.
Can you counter going forward? Do you feel like once you fight better and better fighters, we'll see that counter punching on the front foot too?
Definitely. Definitely.
Because I don't know, man. After watching Crawford and Spence, I'm thinking counterpunching, that's the sophisticated level of boxing. Like if you want to get to the top of the top of the top, you got to have some counters, whether you're going forward, backwards. Is that right?
It is. It is right. It's correct. I mean, like I said, that was a tailor-made fight as well. I told people I got Errol Spence winning by knockout by round 8, but it's a 50-50 chance because Terence Crawford, he got freakishly natural boxing ability. He can go from southpaw to orthodox. He can fight both ways and look identical both sides and both ways. Not only that, the creativity. He got creativity through the roof with his hands. And that's all natural. That's some things you just can't teach. The person just has that ability naturally. And Terence Crawford have that. Errol Spence, he had problems with boxers a lot of times in his career. I want to say the best competitor that helped him out that had a boxing style was Kell Brook.
Yep.
And he opposed his will on Kell Brook, but Kell Brook made him fight faster than what he had to fight, faster than what he normally fight. He normally putting a jab on the opponent, walking him down behind a good jab, going to the body, being a body snatcher. And then next thing you know, he started working his way upstairs. Really don't deviate from his game plan. Even if he was to get hurt, he ain't gonna deviate from his game plan. Errol Spence, he stick to the plan. So he's mentally tough. He got the heart of a lion, and he has good fundamentals. And he packs a punch. When you got Terence Crawford, it's just like, okay, I see what Errol Spence like. I'm gonna come in shape. I can fight both ways, but we're going to use what's necessary for this opponent. Counterpunching, keeping him at a distance. He's going to oppose his will. He's going to walk in, and I'm gonna have to time him. I'm gonna counterpunch him, and I'm gonna make him run into something. Like I said, you don't gotta be the strongest guy. You just gotta be sharp and pack a little bit of power because they are 8-ounce gloves. I said Errol Spence, if he don't knock him out by 8 rounds, Terence Crawford gonna take him into deep waters and take the victory from him. Those are my exact words. Of course, I wanted Earl to win because I'm more fond of Earl. Terence Crawford is kind of like, he's always been an understatement type of person. And even though he was just now getting undisputed, even though he has been undisputed before, it was just like he was always still looked at as an underdog for some odd reason. You know what I mean? So it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like no attraction there for me for him. It was just like I see that he got some good natural abilities. Like he can sharpen his tools up a little bit more, but natural ability is there clearly.
Do you think Errol can make can he win a rematch, or is it just too bad of a style matchup that even if he moves up to a comfortable weight, it's going to be the same outcome? Or what do you think?
I think the weight loss did do something to him, but
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say personally, I want to not look at that as an excuse. The better man won the day of, and that's just that. If it was to do a rematch, I would be more concerned of his mentality going into this rematch because not only did you lose, but you lost in a form of fashion that you didn't expect to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and granted, these are both Class A fighters. These not no top contenders. These are phenomenal fighters, both of them. So it was bound to be some type of devastating outcome, whether it was Errol Spence, whether it was Terence Crawford. Elite fighters. When you got two elite fighters, it's going to be some damage done. Definitely, hands
Right.
down.
Someone's going to get hurt, if not both.
Exactly. So that was to be expected. So I try to not look at things like that as an excuse. If you knew you was too low on weight, you should have been obedient. If you knew that she was injured, you should have been obedient, not take the fight because you're not ready. If you knew that you were going to do certain things that was going to put you behind, why take the match? You know?
Well, before I let you get out of here, man, Kent Cruz, again, Puerto Rican kid, undefeated from St. Louis, Missouri. Do you get fighters always tell me I'm not thinking about the knockout. I go in there and do my thing. But do you think when it's all said and done, the KO percentage is still going to be at 100% Saturday night?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Do we you mentioned earlier, you just bring out the tools that are necessary for the job. But you talked about Crawford's creativity with his hands. Can you maybe bring out an extra tool or two that you don't even necessarily need for Cruz so we could see some of that creativity with your hands?
Got you. Got
Thank
you.
you.
Since you've been the first one to ever ask that. So I got to do something. I got to do something.
I wouldn't ask if I didn't think it was there.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I know you got some special sauce on offense, man. Mid to close range. I know you got some stuff that we haven't seen yet that you could pull out. So I want to see just a little bit of it Saturday, man.
Okay.
So
Okay.
well, I'll be watching. But and then also before so okay, Kent Cruz, you believe you'll be 17-0, 17 knockouts come Saturday night with Kent Cruz. You're positioned for the WBC, but the other champions in your stable on PBC are IBF WBA, Matias and Rolly Romero. Are, can they get it too? And what do you make of that? I'm actually ranked by this body, but the two more realistic title fights I can get are the other two sanctioning bodies. What do you think of that, Gary?
I'm not going to say whatever comes first. We're going to do it, as a game plan. I still have a team, and we're going to assess the landscape as thoroughly as possible. And we're going to go at things the way we best see fit. But at the end of the day, we're taking all of them.
How does you and Rolly Romero look, man?
He's going to bring his strength. He's going to try to walk at me, be physical. It's going to be a short night. It's going to be another Devontae Tank Davis night for him. That's pretty much it. You know, He
he
still got a lot to learn.
all right,
He
Gary.
still
Well,
got a lot to learn.
all right, Gary. I appreciate you doing the interview through technical difficulties we had and everything. I always look forward to watching you perform Saturday night. If there's anything else you want to say to the boxing fans, the floor is yours, brother. Otherwise, thank you for your time.
Okay, man, I appreciate it. And I want to leave y'all fans with this. Stay tuned. It's going to be another home night for me. I know y'all haven't seen me in a while, so don't worry. I will show up and show out and give y'all a show. Don't blink because you might miss it.